If you want to become better at flying helicopters in War Thunder, and you want to get more proficient at using laser-guided air-to-ground missiles, then this instructional video is for you. I'm Dr. No Way, your friendly neighborhood former Marine Corps tank gunner and War Thunder content creator. We're going to be using the AH-6M Little Bird helicopter equipped with the AGM 114K Hellfire II missiles. The Hellfire II is a laser-guided air-to-ground missile. It's got an 8-kilometer firing range, and it packs an explosive mass of 6.45 kilograms. In this video, I'm going to help you identify and set up all the basic helicopter controls that you'll need. Afterwards, I'm going to show you how to effectively engage enemy targets with the Hellfire missiles. It first might be important to set up lock target. So head on over to common, and then make sure you're on basic and find lock target. Set that to something like a mouse button or X. I typically use the mouse button. Next, you're going to want to set up your zoom. Stay underneath the common tab and go down to view controls. Find zoom camera and set that up to something like Z or your right mouse button. After you've got that set up, you want to go to zoom access. Go over to the helicopter tab, go down to camera control, scroll down until you find mouse wheel helicopter. Hit that drop down menu and find zoom access, and that will allow you to zoom in and zoom out. Now we want to make sure that we got thermals or night vision set up. So head on over to miscellaneous and scroll down until you find switch NVD mode and set that to something like N. Afterwards, you want to set up laser designator. Go to weaponry and go down until you find toggle laser designator. Set that to something like L. Afterwards, we want to go to controls mode and make sure that we've got hover mode set to a key. Typically it's set to H, I'd keep it there. Now we want to make sure that we can quickly access the shooter view. So go to camera control, and you'll see things like cockpit view and external view. Find shooter ATGM and set that to a key. I've set that to F5. And while you're here, it's important to set up sight stabilization. Set that to something like F. Finally, you need to make sure that you can fire your missiles. So go to weaponry and scroll all the way down until you find fire air-to-ground missile. Set that to your spacebar. Now let's put this all together and learn how to engage and eliminate enemy targets. I'm going to show you a very basic but an effective tactic. As you get better, you're going to learn some more advanced techniques that you can integrate into your own approach. Now, once we take off, we can find and engage the enemy. Use the terrain to your advantage. Use trees, mountains, and hills to cover your approach and your firing position. Scan the horizon for a possible target. You can even use the lock target feature that we bound to one of the mouse buttons. Here we have a potential target. Go ahead and enter hover mode by pressing H. Hover mode will make your helicopter hover, and when it's in hover mode, it will give you a much more stable platform to fire from. Once you're stabilized, you can jump into the shooter view by pressing F5. The shooter view gives you access to the shooter reticle. Now make sure that your laser's on by toggling L. You can also access thermals. We've bound that to N. Thermals can sometimes make it much more easier for you to acquire your targets. Now if you zoomed in to your target by pressing the right mouse button, you'll notice that you get a ton of shake. This is where sight stabilization comes in. Go ahead and press F. We've bound sight stabilization to F. This makes it much more easier to lock onto your target. Press F again, and now we're locked on. At this point, we can fire the missile, but make sure that you're within range. Remember that the Hellfire missile has an 8-kilometer range on it. If you notice down in the right corner of the shooter reticle, you'll see an 8,000 meter limit. Make sure that you don't go beyond that. Now go ahead and fire the missile by pressing the spacebar. Missile away. Maintain lock and watch as your enemy is thoroughly deleted. There you go. Now at this point, the enemy team might become aware of your presence and they will try to shoot you down. So it's a good idea to disengage hover mode and get out of there. Just don't do that. It's that simple. Now, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more, then like the video and make sure that you're subscribed to me, Dr. No Way. I'll see you in the next video.